All right, we're driving on the interstate and there's like a ultra wide load up here. I think a mobile home, Denise said. We're 2019.36.2.1. And up till now, AutoPilot has not been able to navigate around any of these things, but I'm wondering if it does, because you can see it's doing a good job of mitigating the ripples in traffic actually too. It's not letting me come up too close to these cars, although the person behind me is getting close to me. But it's doing a really good job of kind of eliminating the ripples in traffic with the braking. And because, you know, I noticed a lot of times recently, well, all the time now, unless it makes a mistake, it moves over when there's big trucks next to me that are hogging up a lot of the lane. Like it just moved over right there because there was a big truck. See, there's a house way up there if you can see it. So I'm wondering if it'll move over when it sees a big wide house in the road. And right now, see, I'm letting it do all this by itself, and it's actually let in quite a few cars. It seems like you really got to be more aggressive in a situation like this and leave less of a following gap. But if I do, then there's probably much greater chance of there being an accident, which I'm sure there are around things like this because of the big ripples in traffic that it creates. That person got fed up. Like they don't see. Look at that giant. See, there's the giant house right down there. Well, actually, it's a giant houses, and we're hitting a construction site. Oh my gosh. Is it telling us to stay on the highway here? Wow, this is going to add to our trip for sure, time-wise. Yeah, it didn't tell us to get off. If you guys know where we are, we are in South Carolina, in that big gap between superchargers between Savannah, Georgia, and Santee, South Carolina. There's two big gaps. There's that one, and then the one between Savannah and Kingsland, Georgia, which is right above the Florida state line. Those are each over 100-mile gaps between superchargers, which is big for 2019. It didn't used to be a big deal, but now it is, especially since I'm towing. You really want like a 50-mile gap if you can do it. And most of the time you do get a 50-mile gap, except for these locations. Are we approaching that? Are we getting any close? Wait, this is telling me to the right. I'm going to cancel that. Cancel, because we have to pass. It doesn't realize that there's a big oversized load on the right. And yet there is road work. We don't seem to be making any progress up on this big home. There was two of them, weren't there? Two of them. Can you see them, Denise?
I'm creating a post as you suggested.
Oh.
Yes, there are two sides, two and double wide.
There are, and they're each up there. We have to pass two of them.
Yes.
All right, here we go. I think we're now that we've got some speed, we're gonna have to pass them at some point in the near future. Wait, are they gone? Did they get off the highway? I'm gonna cancel this again. I don't see them.
We didn't pass an exit.
We did. They may have gotten off.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, this video is already almost 4 minutes long. I'm wondering if they got off. Oh, they were braking again. Like sometimes people are really braking hard. There's a lot of ripples here in the traffic. But the AutoPilot really does help to smooth out traffic ripples. It doesn't wait too long to brake, because that's when the traffic ripples happen, when humans wait too long to brake and they're tailgating. Again, I'll cancel that. All right, now do you see them? I see some trucks down there. I think one of them is that. I don't know. Yeah, I've got the cruise control set to 79, so we haven't even reached top program speed. But everybody in the right lane seems to be moving along at a pretty good pace too. But we got these traffic ripples again. at least you'll get to see how it moves over, because we've got a whole row of 18-wheelers here, and I'm sure that the software that we're running is going to scoot us over to the left side of the lane when you get up to these big trucks. And that's what I'm wondering if it'll do when we get to an oversized loader, if it'll scoot over even more. It'll recognize that. At some point, it's going to have to be able to recognize that. The thing is, Tesla doesn't tell you these things. These kind of smaller details, they don't let you know about any of the stuff in the release notes. Alright, let's see. We're staying in the middle of the lane still, we're not moving over. Yeah, we're still staying in the middle on that truck too. Well, we moved over a little bit. Alright, there is the house. The house is still up there. I see it. Just went around the corner. Look at that reflection coming off that mud flap. That's messing with the autopilot, I think. Reflections and direct sunlight really does still mess with the cameras. That's definitely a weak spot. And I don't know how they'll be able to work around that, because right around sunrise and sunset, right after and before those things, when the sun is just almost directly shining directly at you, it does the same thing with the cameras, and it messes with the system. Sometimes it doesn't even work, and it shuts off. And any kind of reflection like that, if you get like a glass building or it reflects off, it's probably the same thing. If it catches it just right, it's just the same type of a situation. Alright, there are the two ends of the houses. Alright, so we've just got that trailer, and then right behind this trailer, right in front of that trailer, mobile, whatever that is, travel trailer, is the oversized house. Denise, are you gonna get the wheel in case it doesn't do anything? And we scrape the house?
We can scrape it. Just put new siding on.
Yeah, that house is right over the line. Look at it. You can see it's over the line. Alright, now let's see how we do. I can hear little bits of dust being kicked up by it too, because it's got two tires off on the shoulder. Alright, I got my hand to the wheel in case I need to take over. Okay, we're moving over to the left. I can feel it. Are we? Whoa. No, we're not moving over. Oh my gosh. We're not moving over. Okay, I'm taking over. Yeah, okay, that definitely should have moved over, and it didn't. It didn't even try, and it does it for trucks. I didn't want to take any risk. We were way too close to that house, I thought. What did you think?
You had at least 3 feet of space.
3 feet?
Yes.
So the house was not quite on the line enough to make a difference? Because you know how it moves over when trucks are there. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa, look at all that dust. I can hear it hitting the windshield. That other house is kicking up all this dust. It's like it's raining dust or little particles in the windshield. All right, well, I still think I felt like it should have moved over on that last one, and it didn't. It didn't even move over a little bit. Now look at right here we go. Here we go. How much room do I have, Denise? How are we doing?
Plenty.
But it's not moving. It's not even.
It's fine.
But it didn't even. Okay.
Other cars have been closer to the white line than that mobile did.
Really?
Yes.
No,
Other cars get way closer to the white line.
Okay, I would think though that it should have known how wide that thing is watching it. It should have just moved over as a precaution anyway. I feel like the software should have done that automatically.
I don't think the software measures the width. It just knows if it's drifting into your lane or not, and it wasn't.
Yeah, but it was right on the edge though. If a big truck's right on the edge, it usually moves over. So I think that I'm disappointed. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit the thumbs up and the bell for notifications. And we'll see you in the next video. Discuss it in the comments.